My name is Judy McBride, 35 years old. 8 months ago, I said yes when my boyfriend, Caleb Hayes, 32, proposed to me. At the time, I thought I was saying yes to love. Turns out, I was saying yes to becoming someone's financial recovery plan. We'd been together for 2 years and living together for 6 months. Caleb had a 7-year-old daughter from his previous relationship. Honestly, his daughter was wonderful. Smart, funny, always carrying markers in her backpack and drawing tiny dragons on napkins whenever we went out to eat. I loved that kid. Not in a forced way, not in a trying to replace someone way, just naturally. His ex-girlfriend, though, was a different story. She bounced between jobs, worked under the table, dodged payment orders, and somehow always had a new excuse for why child support never arrived. Caleb complained about her constantly. I sympathized. I bought his daughter's school supplies, birthday gifts, even paid for summer camp once because he looked so exhausted I couldn't say no. Because that's what I thought love was. Helping. Then last Tuesday happened. We were sitting at my kitchen table surrounded by wedding papers. Venue deposit. Catering quotes. Guest list. Caleb had been quiet all evening, scrolling his phone, jaw tight. Finally, he put it down. We need to talk about something important. I looked up. Okay, what's wrong? My ex got fired again. She's 3 months behind on support. That's awful, I said. What's the court saying? He gave me this strange look. That's not really the point. Something in my stomach tightened. Then what is? He leaned forward. When we get married, we become a family unit, right? Of course. You'll legally be her stepmom. I nodded slowly. So, he said, like he'd practiced it, you should start helping with the support now. I already help. No, I mean the actual support. The $850 a month my ex is supposed to pay. For a second, I just stared at him. You want me to pay your ex-girlfriend's child support? His face hardened. Not hers. My daughter's. No, Caleb. Legally, it's hers. She owes that money, not me. If you loved us, you'd do this. There it was. That sentence people use when they know they're asking for too much. I sat back, and suddenly all the tiny red flags I'd ignored started lining up. The jokes about my savings account. The hints about adding him to my emergency funds. The comments about how I made enough for everyone. The way he'd recently mentioned maybe cutting back work after the wedding. I looked at him quietly. Are you planning to keep working full-time after we're married? His eyes shifted. I was thinking maybe I'd cut back. Be home more for my daughter. You mean live on my income? You make enough. And just like that, love cracked open and showed me the contract hidden underneath. I stood up. I don't love you that much. His mouth fell open. What? I don't love you enough to become your ATM while you quit working, and I pay your ex's obligations. His chair scraped back. We're getting married in 4 months. No, I said. We're not. I opened my laptop, logged into my insurance portal, and removed him from my domestic partner coverage. What are you doing? He snapped. Removing you from my insurance. You can't do that. Watch me. Then I called the wedding venue and left a message canceling the booking. He stared at me like I'd become a stranger. You're canceling our wedding over this? No, I'm canceling it because you finally told me why you wanted one. He tried crying first, then yelling, then crying again. Around midnight, he called his sister to pick him up. His daughter was at her grandparents' that week, thank God. At the door, Caleb turned back. You'll regret this. I looked at him, strangely calm. No, I think I'm done regretting myself. When the door closed, the apartment went silent. By morning, I had changed the locks. By night, my phone was full of voicemails from his sister, his mother, his friends, all calling me cruel for abandoning my family. But sitting there alone, surrounded by unfinished wedding plans, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't heartbroken yet. I was relieved. Relief lasted about 12 hours. Then the voicemails started multiplying. At first, Caleb sounded devastated. Judy, please call me back. Then frustrated. You're blowing this out of proportion. Then desperate. My daughter keeps asking where you are. That last one almost worked. Almost. By Monday morning, I had 17 missed calls and enough guilt-tripping messages to fill a podcast series. I blocked his number. Tuesday evening. Someone nearly broke my doorbell. I checked the camera. His sister, Marissa. I opened the door halfway. We need to talk. We really don't. She's devastated, she snapped. Do you have any idea what you've done? I crossed my arms. I stopped volunteering to become his retirement plan. Her face twisted. You're making him sound like some gold digger. Then explain why he wanted me paying his ex's child support while he cut work hours. That's not what he meant. It's exactly what he meant. She lowered her voice. He's tired, Judy. I laughed once. So am I. You know what I didn't do? Ask someone else to finance my life. Her expression hardened. You were supposed to love them. Past tense. I closed the door. She stood outside another 3 minutes before finally leaving. I thought that would be the weirdest part of the week. I was wrong. Thursday afternoon, I got a call from an unknown number. I answered, because apparently I enjoy bad decisions. Is this Judy? Yes. This is Rachel. Pause. Rachel, who? Caleb's ex. I almost hung up. Look, I know this is weird, she said quickly, but we need to talk. Against my better judgment, I stayed on the line. I heard you two broke up. News travels fast. Yeah, because Caleb's telling people you promised to take over my support payments. I nearly dropped my coffee. I absolutely did not. Okay, good, because his lawyer contacted mine. Everything inside me stopped. What? He asked whether financial responsibility could eventually transfer to you after marriage. I sat down slowly. That's insane. I know, she said. My lawyer laughed. I stared at my kitchen wall. He had actually explored it, not just imagined it, not joked about it. Explored it. Why are you telling me this? I asked quietly. Rachel hesitated. Because if he's desperate enough to try that, he'll try other things. I rubbed my forehead. Anything else I should know? Long pause. He's done this before. My stomach dropped. What? There was another woman before me. He got engaged. Talked about her supporting everyone. She left. Do you know her name? She gave it to me. That night, curiosity won. I messaged the woman. She replied within 40 minutes. Then called. Judy? She asked. Yes. She sighed. Oh God. Another one. Ice spread through my chest. You know Caleb? Too well. She explained everything. Fast relationship. Fast engagement. Big future plans. Then conversations about combining finances. Then conversations about her income. Then conversations about her becoming the stable one. I thought I was crazy, she admitted. You weren't. No, she said quietly. Neither are you. After hanging up, I sat in silence. Not because I missed him. Because patterns are terrifying. Patterns mean intention. Friday afternoon, things escalated. I walked into my parking garage after work and froze. My car, both sides, keyed. Deep scratches across the doors. One word carved into the hood. Selfish. My hands started shaking. Thankfully, my garage had cameras. I pulled footage with security. 2:07 p.m. Marissa. His sister. Slowly dragging keys across my paint while looking around. I filed a police report immediately. Repair estimate? $3,100. That night, my phone rang again. Unknown number. I answered. Judy, Caleb's voice whispered. New number. Of course. Please stop doing this. I didn't tell her to key your car, but you know who did. Silence. Then, you ruined everything. I looked at the scratches through my apartment window. No, I said quietly. I just stopped you before you could. I hung up. Sunday morning his mother called. "Please understand," she begged. "He's under pressure. So was I. He loves you." I stared at my coffee. Maybe he did. Maybe he loved me. Maybe he also loved what my paycheck solved. Sometimes both things exist together. Sometimes that's what makes it dangerous. Before hanging up, I said one sentence, "Tell your son to leave me alone." Then I started a folder on my laptop. Evidence. Something told me I was going to need it. Turns out, the evidence folder became my second full-time job. 2 weeks after the breakup, things stopped being sad and started becoming absurd. Monday morning, I got served papers. Actually served. A woman walked into my office lobby, asked for Judy McBride, then handed me an envelope thick enough to ruin my day. Palimony. Caleb was suing for financial support. I read the filing twice, because my brain refused to process it. We dated 2 years, lived together 6 months, never married, no shared accounts, no shared property, no shared children, and somehow he believed him support. I called a lawyer during lunch. After reading the filing, she laughed. Not politely. Actually laughed. "This is garbage," she said. "You'll respond, show up, and this dies." "How much?" "About 2,000. I closed my eyes, so now Heartbreak had invoices. 3 days later, Caleb appeared at my workplace. Security called first. "There's a man downstairs asking for you." I walked into the lobby. He looked terrible. Wrinkled hoodie. Dark circles. Unshaven. For 1 second, I almost remembered the man I loved. Then he spoke. "Please, give me 5 minutes." "No." I withdrew the filing. "That doesn't refund my legal bill." I panicked. I stared at him. Funny how panic kept costing me money. "You need help," I said quietly. "You need compassion." "No," I replied. "I need boundaries." I walked away. The next escalation came Friday. A letter arrived. Child Support Enforcement Office. My hands literally went cold. The claim stated I may be the legal parent figure responsible for financial support. I read it 3 times, then called immediately. "There's a mistake." The caseworker sighed. "You'll need testing." My lawyer came with me. We completed everything. Obviously, the results came back negative. Case closed. But before leaving, the caseworker pulled me aside. "This is the 3rd support. Related filing involving different partners in recent years." I blinked. "3rd?" She nodded carefully. "Document everything." I already was. The following week, Caleb's mother appeared at my regular coffee shop. Not coincidence. Routine tracking. She sat down across from me before I could object. "He's drowning." I sipped my coffee. "He was drowning before me. He might lose the apartment. He works. He can't do this alone." I finally looked directly at her. "He never wanted help." She frowned. "He wanted replacement income." Her eyes filled. Real tears. For a moment, I felt guilty. Then I remembered. The lawsuit. The keyed car. The false filing. The harassment. Guilt disappeared quickly. Saturday morning, my bank called. "Someone attempted account access claiming to be your spouse." I nearly laughed from exhaustion. "I don't have a spouse." The representative paused. "We flagged it immediately. Credit freeze. Password changes. Fraud alerts. Again. My lawyer finally said the words I'd been avoiding. We need a restraining order." So we filed. The hearing happened 3 weeks later. Caleb arrived with another lawyer. He claimed I'd abandoned his daughter. Claimed I emotionally manipulated him. Claimed I destroyed his future. My lawyer presented everything. Voicemails. Security footage. Police reports. False filings. Bank records. Timeline documents. My evidence folder. The judge flipped through pages slowly, then looked over her glasses. "Mr. Hayes, this pattern is concerning," Caleb interrupted. "She promised to be family." The judge didn't even blink. Family is not a legally enforceable financial agreement. The courtroom went quiet. Then came the decision. The restraining order is granted. 2 years. No direct or indirect contact. Caleb looked at me. Actually looked at me. Not angry. Not crying. Just exhausted. You really don't care anymore? I thought about wedding invitations sitting in a drawer. The daughter who used to show me dragon drawings. The future I had already started grieving months before the breakup happened. Then I answered honestly, I cared enough to leave. Outside the courthouse, his lawyer quietly stopped beside me. For what it's worth, she said softly, I told him weeks ago to stop. Why didn't he? She hesitated. Because he's broke. Just like that. 3 words. 3 words that explained the entire relationship. Weeks later, the criminal case for the car vandalism finally happened. Marissa took a plea. Probation. Restitution. Monthly payments. Her face twisted with anger when she walked past me, leaving court. I felt nothing. That scared me more than anger would have. Then, mutual friends slowly started talking. Apparently, Caleb moved back in with his mother. Lost the apartment. Picked up weekend shifts. Pulled his daughter from the private after-school program she loved. Started selling furniture online. People kept asking if I felt guilty. I didn't. I felt sad for his daughter. I felt sad for the version of Caleb I thought existed. But guilt? No. Because adults make choices. And choices have invoices. Financially, the disaster added up quickly. Lawyer fees. Venue cancellation. Ring loss. Insurance deductible. Security upgrades. Roughly $8,000 gone. $8,000 sounds expensive until you compare it to 11 years of support payments, resentment, and a marriage built on obligation. I redecorated my apartment after that. New couch, different bedroom layout. Got rid of the dining table, where wedding plans used to sit. Changed coffee shops, changed routines, changed passwords, changed expectations. Months later, I started dating again, slowly. First dates got honesty immediately. One guy laughed after hearing the short version and asked, So basically your standards got more expensive? I smiled. No. They got clearer. Sometimes I still think about Caleb's daughter. Wonder if she still draws dragons. Wonder if she remembers me. That part hurts. Not him. Her. Because kids always pay for adult decisions. People ask whether I ended an engagement over money. That answer is easy. No. I ended it because one conversation exposed the truth. He didn't see me as a partner. He saw stability. He saw solutions. He saw income. And when I stopped being useful, love turned into lawsuits. Now my apartment is quiet again. No walking on eggshells. No financial negotiations disguised as romance. No wondering whether affection comes with invoices attached. Am I lonely sometimes? Sure. But lonely and free feels very different from trapped and useful. The last thing my lawyer said after closing my file was, $8,000 is cheaper than the wrong marriage. She was right. Best $8,000 I ever lost.